Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to look back and reflect on what I have learned from the COMM 342 viral video. So I'm going to make this video into two parts. First, I'll show you a reflection on what I have learned from Berg's steps theory and how I applied in my previous book. And second, I'll show you a reflection on my improvement in the media production skills. Okay, now let's begin. So first of all, I think it's necessary to go over some key concepts before I explain my understanding of the steps theory. So what is a viral video? This idea was examined in the book of the Nahon and Hamsley, Going Viral. So they believed it is a social information flow process where many guys forward information in a very short period, and this message spread within and beyond the social networks of these people. As a result, more and more people are exposed to your video. It makes your video viral. So after I read this definition, here comes my question. Firstly, what characteristics do these videos have in common? And secondly, how do these characteristics help to break the boundary between different social networks? So let's have a case study on those videos. The first two are educational videos, and the third one is a small clip where I practice editing with some clips from Love, Death, Robot. I will talk more about the media production skills of these videos in the second part. Now for the first part, let's start with the steps theory from the first characteristic, social currency. So number one, social currency. So social currency refers to the social values of your video. If you are doing an educational video about social media theory, and this video should make people think, okay, I did learn something from this video. So my videos are made for beginners in communication and media study, and also for any outsiders who might be interested in media theories. By watching this kind of video, you feel like an insider of media study. Number two, triggers. So here's how I understand triggers. So triggers is a characteristic that conveys a connotative meaning that associated your video with the real lives. My first video about the dramaturgy of Irving Goffman, I use pen casting to present some daily things that might trigger an association with your real life, and also trigger some real words in people's social relations. Number three, emotion. Your content need to invoke ow. So what is ow? Ow is a sense of warmth and surprise that is triggered by those elements of beauty, knowledge, and so on. This feeling makes you care, so you share. This characteristic also refers to the emotional style of your video. Is it a relaxing video about lovely kitties, or is it simply a video that makes you shout out awesome? So I find some similarities between emotion and triggers. So triggers are about a connection to your real life. It reminds me of something that you are familiar with. But hold on, you cannot simply remember something without an emotion. Think about Rebecca's Black Friday. Look at the ratio of like and dislike of this video. This is crazy. So when people look back to something, it's always accompanied with some emotions. This connection needs to be emphasized in any kind of video productions. Number four, public. Keep your video public for a while can be easy. A trend never lasts long, and people keep changing their attitude towards new things. I once believed that the publicity of a video is determined by the video makers. I was wrong. So the video product is always an interactive monster. You can choose to expose your video on different social media platforms. But again, people have the choice to determine whether they want to spread your video within or beyond their social networks. So when you upload your video to different social media platforms, you still need to think about the other characteristics of your video. Number five, practical values. There are a lot of how-to and do-it-yourself videos online, and their common strength is short, simple, and straightforward. So this also means your video is helpful. For example, my video has the title of How to Learn a New Media Theory in 3 Minutes. And people often see this kind of videos such as how to make your own bubble tea and how to 1v5 in a video game. Number six, story. Story attract people, and people often have emotional reflection on those interesting stories. A good story often help to win support from your audience. And I think this strategy will work better in a business video. It is an efficient way to enhance your storytelling of your video. So for people like me who might be in a PR department or in the advertisement agency in the future. Telling a good story helps to build up a good brand. In conclusion, Berg's steps theory is quite straightforward and useful. Although I believe there are some areas overlapped with others, you can still find the connections between the triggers, emotions, and the stories, and so on. This may not be a strict testimony, but it's definitely a great helper to help you improve your videos in different areas. The second part of this video will go over my improvement in the media production skills. So when I look back this past year, I find that the biggest improvement of my video production skill is to have a better understanding of how to engage your audience. So before this module, my media production skill is quite poor. I don't know many editing styles, and also I don't know how to use paint casting. So now I have tried a COMM style paint casting in my educational video. I can't emphasize more the help from the study led by Kim and Robin. So it's a study about how media production decisions can influence students' engagement in the online educational videos. And they find some useful decisions in a popular educational videos. So first, shorter videos. Second, informal talking style. And third, COMM style tablet drawing. These characteristics help me to improve my understanding of the video structure and the video style. Firstly, a shorter video requires a more compact structure. So consider my video named How to Understand Irving Goffman's Dramaturgy in 3 minutes. So the first thing I did is to go to the library and read this theory in Irving Goffman's book, and also the other related essays. So before you write up a draft, you need to have a very good understanding of the theory you are going to talk about. This makes you have more choices. And second, I asked for advice from my potential audience. The process of deciding which part of the theory need to be narrated in the video worries me a lot. So then I suddenly realized that media production is never a work for a single person. So why not consult with someone that might be your potential audience? So I gave a 5-minute speech about the dramaturgy before a friend of mine from the computer science. Then he gave me feedback on what he had learned from this speech, and also in which part does he want to know more. So based on the feedback from 3 friends, I made the 5-minute speech into a 3-minute refined draft. So this is how I make draft and how I make the structure in my shorter video media production. And secondly, it's about your style. So before this module, I used to think that style is all about the way you talk. But in this year's study, I realized that video is about everything after you finish your preparation. So it's definitely about my editing style. So I try not to follow those old school styles and trying to find one of those new styles that suits me the best. In my previous video, I usually use the fade in and out cut to just simply connect different clips with each other. But now I use it as a transition of time. So now more jump cuts are used in my video to accelerate the rhythm. And I also use cuts to switch between the close-up shots and also the medium shots to maintain a comfortable relation and the distance between the audience and the video maker. So when I want to engage with the audience with those visual images, I usually use close-up shots, and then if I want to do a general introduction, I usually enlarge the distance between me and the audience, so I use medium shots. Also, think about the media tools involved in my media production. This can really influence my media style. This year, I learned the paint casting skill from the Viral Video Lab. I also gained a lot of help from my friend. Qiyao showed me some animation skills so I can make some simple animations in my own video. Jiahui is an expertise in the photography, and also Emma is a great storyteller. My classmates keep bringing their talent into this class, and that's why I really enjoy the atmosphere of this module. And of course, Dr. Carrie Trainer gave me the chance to enjoy all those interesting lessons. I still remember the class when Carrie let us draw a model of the life circle stages in a viral video. So the way he engaged the class is similar to the way a viral video engaged with its audience. Of great interactivity and DIY style, this class inspired me a lot about the idea of virality. Instead of leading a formal and old-school talk, Carrie gave us the opportunity to speak out freely and in the class. In the future, my emphasis of the postgraduate study is public relations, so I'll start with practicing those business styles first. And I think it's important to start with doing research about the audience taste on the business advertisement or the other PR videos. Well, that's all I want to say about this year, about my media improvement, and about the people around me who helped me and inspired me. So, time to say goodbye.